This means like this. How you doing? And we're gonna talk about a different subject. This is concerning me because I plan on being in Hollywood myself. Even though Hollywood has some bad history. Um, so there's been, and I've been want to talk about this. Um, and I'm gonna be brave enough to be man to talk about this. There's pedophilia in Hollywood. Besides hearing about the Bill Cosby situation, raping women, besides hearing about the Africa Bambaataa situation, we can talk about Corey Feldman. He was molested, and so was Corey Haim, his friend who then committed suicide. Down there, you have to talk about the other issues like Chris Stokes, accused of molesting Raz B from B2K. Leah, saying she was sexually abused. I'm sorry to say this because R. Kelly was adult, and R. Kelly was a sex tape in his own brother. Well, before when Williams came on television and said this. Then you had the Michael Jackson situation. Now, I do believe Michael Jackson was innocent the whole time. Michael Jackson was just too naive, trying to be a child in a man's body because he didn't have a childhood. But they, slandered him, and I'm glad Feldman backed him up and said Michael had nothing to do with it. And the reason why I'm talking about this video because besides Corey Feldman exposed to pedophilia in Hollywood, so is Elijah Wood. Now Elijah Wood say, according to Entertainment Tonight, that he never been sexually abused because his mother kept him protected, but he's seen and heard, this situation going on. And Elijah Wood and I about the same age. I'll be 37, he's 35. I don't know if he's turning 36 soon or he's turned 35. I remember watching Elijah Wood growing up and as a child actor, saying he was going, and I wanted to be a child actor my own self. You gotta relate to, anybody that was a child actor back those days, whether it been Rudy, what's his name, Keisha Knight Plume or Webster back in the 80s, Manuel Lewis or any child actor, I always wanted to go meet them, and be in the same situation, become famous at a young age, So that's why, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, I'm 36 to be 37 this year. But I'm very glad that I did not, now I look back at this situation this is going on, I'm glad I did not become a child actor. And remember we were talking about the Africa Bambaataa situation where I mentioned that when I was 17 years old, trying to start out, it was actually 20 years ago because I'll be 37, and I was trying to become an actor model before I turned 18 because when your parents, grandparents, they have to sign that, but when you turn 18 you can sign it. And not to bring up racial or demographics or anything, but when Westheimer and Galleria area, most of the talent agencies, the model agencies are owned by whites, and it's very expensive. Like if you don't have experience, they would charge high, for a class, okay, modeling acting class, because I understand they want you to be groomed or to be, able to be, able, to sell yourself to the, and I mean, say it's an sexual or demonic situation. Like, you go for a job, you can't, if you don't know how to work on a forklift, I can't, if I'm a temp agent, I can't send you for a forklift position if you don't know how to operate when you got to go to school there, okay, okay. And I know because as a former model with Laura Productions, they was cheap in El Paso. It was $100. I was happy to be in El Paso then, because everything's cheap by the border. And, now I think it's $200 now to go in Laura Production classes in El Paso, Texas. When I started in 2006, it was $100. I had my car. I was in college. You had your financial aid, so they paid for it. I used the financial refund to pay for it and everything. And when I was working, it's where I was working. I was staying on Job Corps and I was working switchboard operator part-time, and I also was a college student. So, so that was good. I'm sorry. Even though I didn't like some stuff that was going on Job Corps, the rules stuff to the extreme of it. Should I say not the rules, the extreme of it. And the staffing was going on beyond what it means. I wish I can go back to El Paso. People was telling me, you going to say this, Zach. Now I wish I could go back to El Paso. But when I was, 13, 14, 16, like Barbizon, I'm sorry, put their name on now, they was expensive as hell, okay? So the reason why I mention this because I was looking for any African Americans, not to be racial, and I'm mixed, I identify mixed since I was a teenager, okay? Actually, I was trying to say I was black in it, but I found me some white too. So, all three, my races. So, but when I found, minority-owned businesses, who, especially those African descent, on Black Pages, Houston Black Pages, there was a mall agency owned by a man. And one thing I didn't understand why I was talking to the mama, and the mama gave me his phone number. I guess he was operating from his house in the hood, and then he moved out to the Montrose area. And nobody know Montrose area is mostly gay, okay? There's some straight people there. I know straight couples that live in the Montrose area, but it's mostly a gay community there. And I didn't care if, just as long as I become famous. And I never forget when I talked to this guy, because the way the mother was talking to me, like, talking condescending on the phone. And she gave me his phone number. And then next thing I was talking to his brother who owned this modeling talent agency, and I'm 17. Remember, I'm not 18. This dude asked me if I'm still a virgin. And if I had, asking all these questions. I'm like, dude, I'm not here to talk about, and I felt weird. Why would a grown man ask me this question? Is he trying to get me to have sex? And then when I asked my dad, I said, you can go take me to, because I want my dad to come with me, and he told me, I'm not going to the area because he's very, very homophobic. I'm not going to the area. I said, well, I'm trying to become a famous, care about your son's future, but I'm glad he did not take me there because this man, imagine if dad was gone and we were on, modeling a, acting suit, acting shoot or whatever, or promoting an album, and this dude comes on to me and tells me if I don't do it, I lose my career type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how, what I feel weird about this Africa Bambaataa situation, because it don't look too good. Well, in Hollywood, you have Corey Feldman, and you have Feldman, and you have Elijah Wood speaking about the pedophilia in Hollywood. And this is karma, okay? You know what I'm saying? It's because not too long, 10 years ago, y'all talked about Michael Jackson. Y'all accused him of being a rapist, child molester, whatever, because he had a weird lifestyle compared to yours. So I guess these dudes in Hollywood who live the stereotypical so-called normal lifestyle in public have some sick issues behind closed doors. Yeah, I had to go there. Okay, I know I had to go there. So this man was innocent and won his case. And y'all still talked about him until he died, and now y'all want to feel sorry and act like he was a good entertainer. Y'all want to talk all about that mess when Michael Jackson was going through all that situation? No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. You was deemed him as, even though his skin was pale Creole compared to y'all's, by him having that one drop of black blood in him, he was deemed to be guilty before innocent. Okay? So now you got folks in Hollywood, you got two white actors who coming out and saying this sickness has been going on for years. One of them is not a victim, that's Elijah Wood. And now this one is a victim, talking about Corey Feldman. And I see why Corey Haim, I remember watching Corey Haim, whatever his name, back in the 80s and 90s. And he used to have pictures, so look at the, celebrities and stuff. Teen magazine, not Teen magazine, except but they had a Teen Bop type, magazine, back in the, and I was a teenager. So I would see Jan Jackson, Paula Abdul, you know what I'm saying, Corey Feldman, some major mainstream artists, and that's what I was aiming for as a child growing up. People from Saved by the Bell, you know what I'm saying, that type of thing. And I'm like in my head thinking, okay, so you're gonna sit here and talk about Michael Jackson, but yeah, y'all doing this type of situation here, and I don't see how these people in Hollywood. Okay, it's a bunch of thoughts, both male and female, who are over the age of 18. You don't have to drug them like Bill Cosby. I don't understand why. Okay, if what's his name, Charlie Sheen, which he should be put in jail for sleeping for folks with the HIV, but before he got the HIV, okay, in full-blown AIDS, he had a bunch of female grown thoughts, not teenagers, grown thoughts, okay? All type of, excuse me for my language, all type of hoes, or different area codes, okay? You can't get no male hoe or female hoe of 18 or age without drugging them like Bill Cosby, okay? You can't get that to all that for your sexual offense. You gotta go to a child for that mess, which I don't understand. R. Kelly, peeing on. What is up with these dudes want to have sex, or anybody, even these female thoughts who are teachers, sleeping with doggone kids? I don't understand this mess. You got grown folks. You got Backpage.com. You got Craigslist. You got even the escort service, who actually will you pay somebody without going to jail to do your doggone thing. Why y'all looking for children for sexual gratification? I don't understand that shit at all. Okay, so and these people rich. So you gonna spoil someone else's childhood like this? You gonna spoil their childhood with this sickness when you can get adults who willing to participate in the situation? And trust me, if you worry about HIV and John, you can always pay for that person to get HIV tests with all that money I have. Y'all can go together, and they don't want to go along with you. You can pay them to take a dog on AIDS test, you know what I'm saying, the STD test, and find out if y'all dirty before y'all do it. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't understand this. So that's the reason why I don't understand this crap. It's sickening to me. I'm glad that this is being exposed, because when I have children and if I become an actor saying tomorrow, I don't want my kids in a situation. I'm glad I didn't go through this situation. I was almost dead. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where this brother, he probably locked up, you know what I'm saying? But he was on, if y'all have old copies of 1996, Houston Black Pages, okay, yes, we had 96, 97, 95. One of them men, you know, male model agency dudes, who you know what I'm saying, on the why I was talking to the mama from her house, and then next thing she gave me his office, which is not own thing, and next thing he talking to me and asking me if I'm, you know, still a virgin and all this other stuff. I'm like, dude, that's not even your doggone business, but I guess he was trying to do me, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he didn't. So that's what I'm saying about the Africa Bada situation. I'm starting to feel, I don't want to feel that he's guilty if he's innocent, but if he is guilty, he needs to come out and tell it like it is. And I don't see how in the world his rap career that he was doing, he could got all type of in New York, you know, you got men, whether it be masculine or feminine, who are men, not boys, who are willing to participate and to do what you gotta do, okay? If you into that type of thing. You don't need no little boys for that mess. Okay? I don't understand that. Like R. Kelly, them Via Vixen who's on Honey Love and all them other, you know, on videos before 12 play and all that other junk. Why instead of fooling with Leah, you could have fooled with dog on them thoughts who are age 18. Them fine sisters, said that was on there. I mean, dang, I don't understand. So I really don't get it. Like, you know, it was Stephen Collins on Seven Heaven. Why would you go 12-year-old when you got a bunch of thoughts, blonde, blue-eyed thoughts, if you love that type of thing? You know, in Hollywood, who are age 18, you don't have to drug them, whatever, and do your thing. I don't get it, okay? In Hollywood, I mean, that cesspool, y'all have access to a cesspool of the porn industry, who are grown people, not little kids, okay? Why would y'all go after someone who's a minor when you can have an 18-year-old, okay? 19, 20, 24, 24, whatever, okay? Anybody over the age 18, y'all can have that. I don't get it. So, and then this is karma too, because, you know, I'm not a Protestant, I'm an ex-Protestant, okay? And I'm not the perfect Catholic Christian in the world, okay? But just like I was mad about Madonna doing her Rebel Hearts tour, as an ex-Protestant who is a Catholic Christian who knows more about my Catholic apologetics, that's why you can't attack me about twisting scripture with that mess. You know, I ain't perfect, you don't see that in me, but yes, I do read the word, okay? In the interpretation of what the church teaches, okay? You know what I'm saying? I chose this at 13 to become. And I hate the fact back in 2002, which when a lot of conservative ones who, or conservative politically, because I'm a liberal, you know, voted for Bush. Right after the president, after 9/11, we had this anti-Catholic, you know, witch hunt. And then when the pedophilia in the Catholic Church was exposed. Okay. The problem is I had about that everybody was tainting every priest to be a pedophile, when in fact there's ministers, Protestant ministers, who are pedophiles. And not all ministers or all priests, whether it be Catholic or Protestant, are pedophilia. It's an individual base, okay? Not every, you can't, like saying, it's like saying all white men belong to the KKK, or all black and Hispanic men are gangster thugs and all other crowd, okay? It's no different. It's like saying all Muslims are terrorists when they're all not, okay? So that's what I had a problem in 2002. It felt like I was a Jew in Nazi Germany when this thing happened, okay? Just like I got concerned about the Hazel Flores situation, okay, as a brother who speaks Spanish, who's mixed race brother who don't, you know, who not Hispanic at all, who mixed with black, white, Native American, who speaks Spanish, here in Houston, the same thing, okay? So, and I'm sorry, besides hearing bigots who are Protestant evangelical fundamentalists, who, you know what I'm saying, I gotta have folks who even don't believe in the religion or attacking for my faith about this scandal. So while Hollywood making big money, making fun of priests, who, and you know what I'm saying, who had nothing to do with the situation, now you're behind, is going to get exposed for having pedophilia in your doggone industry. And I feel, you know what I'm saying, same thing went back in 2007 when Bush was still president. right after, like in March of 2007, which I already knew that there was pedophilia in Protestant churches, and there was a lot of cover-ups in Protestant churches. Like one particular case, was a pastor, Mario Leva. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I read about his story during this sexual scandal was going on. I was reading about Protestant sexual scandals because, there was a lot of Catholics online who I was talking to was trying to expose that the dirt in Protestantism that the media was covering up. And I keep reminding people, this is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant country. Male white Anglo-Saxon Protestant country. Okay, so that's the reason why if you don't fit in that criteria, you're going to get attacked. Jews, Catholics, minorities, you know what I'm saying? If you don't fit in the white Anglo-Saxon male pie, should I say, because women too, of all races, get attacked. You don't, you're not, you know what I'm saying? But you're a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, was what the KKK was for, okay? That's the reason why, okay? Even the neo-Nazis, they don't like Jews, like Catholics either, because people, bash Pope Pius, when actually Pope Pius helped Jews smuggle in the church so they wouldn't get attacked by the Nazi Germany. A lot of folks don't know about that story. Not only that, a lot of Hitler, yeah, he was probably raised a Catholic, but he left his faith when he became a Nazi because we don't believe in that. And the church was against it. The church was not silent. A lot of folks do not know that Catholics, besides Jews, were killed in Nazi Germany as well. Okay? Yes. So, if I was not sure about being a minority, don't look like a white person who mixes with Afro-German folks, okay? I'm not German, but I am mixed with black, white, and American, and I look more African descent. So that's why even it was an admixture, should I say, because I don't look, pure black like dark chocolate skin, and I have hairless body because of the American DNA, and I have caramel complexion. Point is, if I was Nazi Germany and Hitler, I don't fit that criteria to look like a white person, okay? And I couldn't pass, okay? And I'm also about religion and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So they killed Catholics too in Nazi Germany, and gays, gypsies, you know what I'm saying? And, they killed a lot of folks in Nazi Germany besides the Jews. Okay, Afro-German people who mix with black, whatever, people were, because it was Africans coming into Europe in those days, okay? So, besides the slave trade, there was Africans who willingly came from Europe, okay? Because I know some people in the past who have European background mixed with African because of the situation. I have a friend who was Mexican, who actually was ex-Catholic, by the way, and white. And actually, you can see he's part black too, because his mother, who's German descent, I think, or some other European descent, she has African ancestry, black African ancestry from Africa, because one of them immigrated to Europe and married in a family, and then her family came from Europe to here, and then she was born and she married a Mexican man, and that's how they, I be meeting all time mixed folks. Y'all know that because I love meeting mixed people, okay? You know what I'm saying? People who acknowledge their roots. So I used to call him my mixed black Mexican brother back in the day. I ain't seen this dude in a long time. I ain't communicating in years, okay? And we used to debate about religion because he's very religious, probably even joke. But, anyway, point is, that's the reason why. So, but going back to the Hollywood situation, y'all made fun, y'all made skits about the scandal, and still continue to this day. But now your behinds be exposed for all the pedophilia, and y'all here underneath the doggone thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mentioned about 2007, ABC prime time, I think. Yes, or 2020 talked about this, about the Protestant sexual scandal, about the Southern Baptist Church, look for about the Baptist church sexual scandal. Please look it up. That they cannot, the pedophiles who are Baptist ministers go to church, and when they're independent, okay? So they can get tracked on who comes to their churches. And when they get discovered, and this is going on, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot of that going on. In the Bishop Long situation, I knew before all that, y'all, because I read before sometimes the media brings it out. One particular book that I did not finish reading was from Philip Jenkins, Priests and Pedophiles, and he talked about that Protestant ministers' sexual scandals was higher than the Catholic Church sexual scandals. That the media does not show that because it's against the priest celibacy, and they want to put women in priests. But also too, it's a person who read about race and religion, and it's a person who don't fit the all American pie by being a Catholic, being a person who black African, Europe, not pure European, Native American descent. Okay, so and you know what I'm saying, I know that I have a lot attacks against me in this country. So that's the reason why that I know, because America, if you know your history, America was founded by a white Anglo-Saxon male Protestant country. That's what they made it for. That's why we have Donald Trump want to make America great again. So, however, Hollywood gets is not going to get cleaned up its act before they start pointing a finger at other people and accusing people like they did Michael Jackson, pedophilia, when they had their behind caught up in that mess. So that's all I have to say. Bye, y'all. Have